All right. So let's talk about control. Do you really think like you can control everything? I know oh God, I had a big problem with it. Like, I wanted to control everything around me. People, I wanted them to do exactly what I wanted them to do. I know it sounds like a power trip. But, I just had this problem. Like, I wanted shit to go my way when I wanted it, how I wanted it. But guess what? We don't have no control. The only person that has control is God. You have control of yourself to an extent. Because trust and believe me, if you're doing something and you ain't supposed to be doing it, God gonna get you. And he's going to take your ass and put you where you need to be. Whether that's in a timeout all by your motherfucking self. Or onto your correct and true path. And that depends on if you're gonna release the need to control and you surrender that shit for him. I'm just saying, I have to learn the hard way. Hard ass makes a soft ass. I cannot control anyone or anything except for myself. And then another thing that I learned is that you can't have expectations of outcomes or people or situations. Like, oh my God, I like to do that. I like to know everything. And it's horrible because I think I made my son like that, but we'll work on taking that out. But yeah, like, we ain't gonna know everything. We ain't supposed to know everything. And shit's gonna happen if it's meant to happen. So a good mentality to have is it is what it is. If it's meant to be, it's gonna be. If it's not, hey, then, I'm being prevented or protected or whatever. Like, that's how I look at it because, you know, life's too short to be stressing stupid shit. Small shit, big shit, it don't matter. Like, so I just give it to God. And I just leave it in his hands. And if it is, it is. If it ain't, it's alright. Because obviously, look at my marriage. I took that in my hands. That's not something that I got a blessing from God on. And I guess lesson learned. I'll take duly noted. So that's why. That is why I say if it's meant for me, it's gonna show up at my motherfucking doorstep because, bitch, I'm not going through that shit again. If it ain't from God, I don't want it. No, thank you. Because I can't get back my 15 years of my life. But I got me, so I'm happy with that. And I'm going to take that W all by my motherfucking self. So thank you. But I'm just saying, we control ourselves to an extent. And trust and believe me, because if you're doing some shit you ain't supposed to do, you go and sit in the timeout by your motherfucking self. And then you ain't got no choice but to deal and think and heal and grow and process and then eventually get back on track. And, hopefully you can help someone else. I mean, that's all I hope. I hope this helps somebody else. And if, I'm just talking for my health, that's right. I got to get the gap. So, I could do this like all day. But seriously, I'm hoping that you'll heal and that you'll just give it to God. Like, I can't deal with shit and I just give it to God. Like, I'm not driving myself crazy over something that I can't control. We don't control a lot of shit in our lives, so why put that stress and that worry on you? Give it to him. Hello? Let him carry that burden for you. You'll have a whole bunch of peace when you do that. Trust me. Let it go.